Hey lovers, Anthea here. Welcome to Tune In Tuesdays. And what I've decided to do today is I've just decided to tune in and see what the energy, what the energies around, what's going on with the energies around, right? And what it is that we need to do within ourselves to begin to understand that everything that's happening right now, everything that is transpiring right now for us has something to do with how we feel internally. Okay, so it's really important that you understand that you're not a victim here. And so the intention for today's live, and I do apologize for those of you who have been waiting for me to jump on, I've just been dealing with children. You understand that you have the power within you to change anything at any given moment, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull some cards and I'm going to see what information the cards give us today. So one thing that I talk about a lot with my clients is that you really have to have a really amazing relationship with yourself, yeah? You really have to, each and every day, cut off from the person that you were yesterday, right? So that you can move towards the person you want to become. So every day, what I do is I cut off from myself, from my expectations, from my experiences, from my beliefs, from the patterns, from the wounds, from the stories. The stories, my God, we are so good at creating stories about situations in our lives, and they keep us really, really stuck, right? So each day, what you have to do is you have to have a set of daily practices that you do to cut off from your day. Essentially, what you've got to do is break up with yourself, break up with the person that you were yesterday, so that you can become the person you want to be. You literally have to hit the reset button every single day. You know, like on a digital clock, or even on your phone, right? When you go to the timer every day and hit that reset button, right? Hit the reset button and allow yourself to start again. Because if you keep going over and over and over and being the same person that you once were, then you're going to keep getting the same experiences over and over and over again. Okay, so let's have a look at what the cards are saying here. You got to really learn how to love and accept yourself and validate yourself, right? Just by doing that simple thing, loving and accepting yourself, it completely changes everything. It completely changes your personal experiences. It changes the way people treat you. It literally changes everything. So right now, if you're in a state of victim mentality and you're like, I don't know how to fix this problem. If you're focusing on your problems and you're like trying to fix your problems, what you're going to manifest is more problems that you think you have to fix. Yeah? Whereas in reality, you have to start shifting the way you're thinking. So you have to start thinking, there are no problems for me to fix. This is my experience. You have to start focusing on what you want in your experience. And then you have to just spend 30 seconds or a couple of minutes a day thinking about how amazing it's going to be to have this experience. And then you got to let it go. And you got to go on about your day, doing things that make you feel good, right? Exploring what it is that you love to do. So you've really got to think about what you want and then align to it and then let go of all of the programs and the patterns and the habits that don't align to what you want, because that's the quickest way to block your own manifestations. Okay, so I see that so some of you have just gone through a really painful ending, right? And there's a bit of resentment there. So what's really important is that you start to understand that this, I think of it like this. This is a game Yeah, you're the main, this is a game. You're the player in this game, and you actually control how this game goes. You have to keep going up, 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 level by level by level by level. You have to keep moving up the different levels, right? And you have to keep letting the levels before you collapse and fade away. Okay, so otherwise what you're doing is you're just stuck on the same level, going around and around and around, and you just can't get to level 3 because you're stuck on level 2 because you keep thinking the same things, right? And so, in a game, when you go to a level and you acquire a new skill, or you get the mushrooms, and then they make you invisible, and then you can take the mushrooms with you to level 3, right? So you have to keep taking the skills from the lessons. You have to really start to let go of this victim mentality that, I can't believe that happened to me. I can't believe that happened to me. Yes, it was bad that happened to you, but we're so conditioned to be victims that we actually miss the lesson. Yeah? So I hope this is making sense, because I know I'm jumping around everywhere. So what you have to start doing is you have to start getting in touch with your heart. Right? That heart charge, that get your heart open and excited and aroused for life, right? Because when you do that, then you start realizing that you actually have the power to manipulate and control and alter your external reality. But it all starts with this and the heart. Yeah. Now, this thing, it's just trying to do its job. Yeah. It's really just trying to do its job. But actually, what it's doing is it's blocking your wisdom. Yeah. So it's really important that you tap into this place of deep wisdom and knowing, and you actually start to think about what it is you need to let go of, what needs to dissolve in your life so you can start moving towards where you want to be and who you want to become. Everybody else is just reflecting back to you where you are at. Yeah. So these are the characters. These are the characters. And I've given her the script, and I've said, here's the script that I want you to play. Yeah. So that you can keep me in this kind of state, or you can help me evolve, or you can do it. And gentleman over here that I'm very interested in, you can have this script and you can play that role. And that person's gone, oh, okay, yeah, sure, I'll play that role for you. Until you give me a different role, I will continue to play this role. Yeah? Does that make sense? So the way that I am instructing and directing people to show up in my life is exactly how they show up. Now, that's got nothing to do with words at all. It's all unconscious. That's what's really important, to tap into your unconscious and figure out what the hell it is that you're doing in your life, because you control everything. You control all of it. And so when you're ready to start taking responsibility for everything that's showing up in your life, then you'll start learning how to play this game in a really powerful way. Okay? You got to really start taking control. It's like, what you have to do is you have to get a magnifying glass and look at your behavior. Look at your patterns. Look at how you are operating. Yeah? Interesting. Okay, here's what I'm getting. Let's say you're in a romantic relationship, whether it's fresh or you've been dating for a while or you haven't known them very long. If you're showing up with your sword, look at her. If you're showing up with your sword, right, and you're protecting yourself, and you're actually being judgmental, you're missing the lessons upon yourself. If you're judging another human being, you've got some shit going on that you need to start looking at within yourself, okay? Because judgment is really something being triggered within us that we're not willing to look at, and so we project it onto the other person. So really, this other person's behavior has got nothing to do with you. It's got to do with them, right? But you're projecting that, so that's how they're showing up. Now look at her. Right? She's looking with a magnifying glass and she's trying to understand her own behaviors. This is all about her filling her own cup. Yeah, so that whoever comes in, when this person comes in, or she's filling her own cup so that this person can come in and just share the overflow of their cup with that person. Okay, so what's really important is that you understand that this is all about you. This is a journey about you. And you can't have these attachments to people and expect them to show up in a certain way, right? You've got to focus on how you show up. You've got to take responsibility for your life. And then what happens is everything starts to flow with ease. So what I want you to think about is I want you to think about how you're showing up in your life. Are you actually moving towards what it is that you want, or are you waiting for someone else to help you move towards what it is that you want? Because if you are, you're setting yourself up for a lot of pain. Yeah? So you've really got to bring it back to you. What do I want today? Yesterday I wanted a relationship. Today, I don't want a relationship. Today, I want experiences. Okay, so what am I going to do to align up to those experiences? I want to go on a date with like 3 different people. I want to experience different people and see what that does to my personal growth, right? So what am I going to do about that? Well, I'm going to put myself out there, right? I'm going to put myself out there. What do I want to do today? I want to have dance lessons today. So that's what I'm going to start doing, right? Yesterday, I had no idea that I wanted to do dance lessons. But until I cut off from who I was yesterday, I didn't know that I had these new desires showing up. Right? So it's really important so now I'm going to align to these new desires, regardless of who's coming with me. I'm going to steer my ship towards my new desires, regardless of who comes along for the ride, regardless of what that person does, whatever that person does. I'm steering my ship this way, and I'm going to remain as the observer. Yeah? Because it doesn't matter what anybody else does. All that matters is what I do. Does that make sense? So if you're chatting to me, I can't actually see it. Nothing doesn't show up in here. So let's wrap this up. You are in full control of how your life unfolds. Okay? And what unfolds for you is based on what you're feeling about yourself on the inside. This is why it's so important. I keep banging on about self-love and acceptance, because everything else doesn't matter, right? Today I will love and value myself more. What is meant for me will find me, which means you don't have to do anything. If this relationship is actually meant to be yours, you can't ruin it. You can't stuff it up. It will find you. There's nothing you have to do to fix it or change it. You don't have to start behaving in a certain way and adjust yourself for this person to come in. If this relationship is meant to be, you just got to be yourself and it will come in. Yeah, you just got to keep filling your own cup. And the last affirmation card is, I now find blessings everywhere I go. One of the hardest things you will ever do is learn how to pick yourself over and over again. But I really encourage you to do that, because when you continue to pick yourself over and over again, then other people can pick you too. But if you keep lowering yourself and removing yourself and devaluing yourself and attacking yourself, well, what kind of experiences do you think you're going to have? That's what the world is going to reflect that to you, right? So it's really important that you understand that. And that is why I keep banging on about how important self-love and acceptance is. And if you can't love yourself today, if you cannot love and accept yourself today, then you need to just stop beating yourself up. And if that's too hard to do, well, then you need to start letting go of resentment, that resentment you have towards yourself. Yeah? You need to stop being unloving towards yourself, right? You need to start, because you know what happens? You actually feel unsafe. When you attack yourself over and over and over again, you don't feel safe in the world. And you know what you attract? You attract people who attack you. You attract people who are unloving and dishonest and don't hold you in high regard and disregard you and just don't show any interest in you at all. Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, I had 2 of my clients who said to me, Anthea, this person was yelling at me. And I'm like, and they were being so mean and harsh. And I go, "Oh, okay, so what's that a reflection of?" And they're like, "The way I treat myself." And I'm like, 100% spot on. That's what the universe is showing you. This is all a mirror. So you have the power to change your story. You change your story, you change your life. We're so powerful. You just have to start seeing that. Stop being a victim. Start being a winner. Start thinking like a winner. How does a winner think? This is what I want, and I'm going to get it. And I'm not going to stop until I get it. And it doesn't matter how things unfold and how things are seen to be falling apart. I'm not going to stop until I get over there. And even if I'm being swept up through waves and storms and there's towers collapsing around me, I'm going to keep my eye on my goal. Yeah? Because that's what the universe does. It will, you're like, oh, you want that? Let's see how committed you are to that. Yeah? Because when you get over there and you're a winner, you're going to have to stay a winner. You can't go back to being the victim. Yeah? So, guys, I'm going to leave it there for today. If you would like any extra support and you would like to know how I can support you to be more of a winner in your life, there's a link to book in a session with me. If this video has helped you in some way, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my videos to spread, and I'm really trying to grow my YouTube channel at the moment so I can reach even more people. And if you have any questions about what I've said here today, just drop a comment below and I will respond as soon as I can. Sending you so much love.